I'm bringing you inspiration from those who fought 400 years of slavery, because we're not going to go back into it. No one is going back into it. Canada will be free. Ottawa will be free. Quebec will be free. Stay with me. I'm going to teach you some stuff. The little I know. Stay with me.
Yes, sir.
First, I want to salute all the divine female here, because when a woman shows up as a warrior, enough respect. When the divine female shows up to defend her children, her man, and her land, and her country, I pay respects to you. So let me begin. We live under slavery, tyranny, and recently under treason, and we will put an end to it, starting now. The savagery meted out today against the citizens of the world will make even the Nazis in Germany jealous. We are sick of it. No more. I'm going to describe the slavery that we live under and how we end it. First of all, how the slavery begins in our minds. So we must each emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, because none but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for our satanic forces, because none of them can stop the time. You know what the time is? The time is now. Lastly, before I begin, if you can accommodate the contradiction here, my instruction to you is trust no one. Do your research. Work on yourself. Now let's go. So, in a time of complete lies and deception, a single word of truth is revolutionary. You understand then that they must prevent us from speaking truth at all costs. That's why they shut us down on social media and everywhere else. Because a single word of truth in this time of pervasive and unending lies is revolutionary, and so we're going to bring it. Well, truth is all that we speak, so let the revolution begin. Slavery is a condition where one person is owned as property by another and is under the owner's control. The slave does not make decisions for himself, where he lives, where he eats, if he should get married or divorced, what he should put in his body. The most famous slavery in this part of the world was the transatlantic slave trade, as they called it, engaged in the production of sugar using West African slaves in a hermetical system with a single European country. It lasted 400 years. This is assuming we can believe what we read, because history and the books that they have used in our miseducation are replete with lies. The original slaves in the Caribbean were the native Taino, Arawak, and Carib Indians, but within a generation they were mostly wiped out as a result of brutality. Then they used the Irish slaves, who they brutalized as well. Then they moved to West African slaves, which came to define the centuries. They were flogged, tortured, raped, mutilated, and more. But those Africans never gave up. They never allowed their spirits to be broken. Don't let your spirit be broken, Canada. Rise up! Rise up! Rise up! Rise up, Canada! We are lions in the jungle. We are not sheep. We are not sheep. We are lions. Hear us roar. Slaves, they were from the Ashanti tribe, most of them in Jamaica and Haiti, and that's why you know those countries as people of fighters, because those people fought every day. They sabotaged the plantation for 400 years. They never gave up. Today we take our inspiration from people who can endure. And we have endured enough. 8 months of bullshit. And we are done with it. were farsighted, that had poor eyesight, because the slaves, when they weren't burning the cane fields, they pretended they couldn't see, because if you don't plant the sugar cane straight, the profits go down. That's how smart the slaves were. So either which way, we're gonna win. Whether it's petit marronage or grand marronage, Canadians will win against this enemy. There is no mistaking. But today, slavery has a different structure, much more covert, but even more cruel and insidious, if you can believe it. And everyone on the planet is a victim. It's done through mind control. White people are slaves, not much more than they know. Black people are slaves, Indian people, Chinese people, Arab people, native people of this land. Everyone on the planet is a slave. Because the sugar plantation slavery did not demand that. Why do I say that it's worse? I'll tell you why this kind of slavery is worse. There's something really crazy about the slavery. Because the sugar plantation did not demand that you worship your slave master. They only cared that you feared them and did their work. They didn't care that you worshiped them. The slave never had to believe in the goodness of the slavery. This new slavery, however, demands that we celebrate our enslavement. This slavery demands that we thank our slave masters. Thank him for his brutality and his demands for worship. It is a religion. The religion is called statism. Look it up if you don't know what we're under. We are under a demonic statism, the worship of the state as God, and we are done. Not even close.
Cool, man. What do you think?
Not even close. You want more? I got it here. I want to teach you something today. I got more. I got lots more, because I'm going to arm you. Locked, loaded, and armed, as they say in the military. Above all, they make us destroy ourselves using rape, mutilation of our bodies, deprivation of sunlight, deprivation of fresh air, confinement of ourselves and our children, self-imposed house arrest through food, drinking fluoride water, vaccines, and self-corrosive thoughts. We get to design our own prison, choose a neighborhood, a house in the city, of course, with picket fence, a spouse and one child, a car with no payments for 6 months, the best cell phone and 5G plan that money can buy, a career of continuous miseducation, the latest indoctrination, with a good retirement plan and health benefits that show up with unlimited psychoactive drugs. I'm out of time. But listen, be strong. We never give up. We fight on. Only the strong will continue.
Thank you so much. Give this guy a round of applause. He drew the line for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, mes amis, on va introduire. We're going to introduce you now to our good friend Miranda from the Canadian Revolution.
Wow, this is so amazing, guys. I can see as far as the eye can see, and I see all of these beautiful Canadians coming together. It is so inspiring to be here, and I'm humbled at all of you amazing patriots who have been fighting for our freedom in this country for years. I am nobody special. Let me tell you, I'm here to tell you, I am just a simple parent of this country. I have children, as all of you probably have children as well. And it doesn't take a special person to rise up. Make that choice for yourself, whether you're a police officer, a teacher, a doctor, an unemployed person. Rise up! It's time for revolution! We stood by as We even stood by as they denied essential surgeries for people and let them die without them. Well, I'm here to tell the people that work in that building and the people that work in that building, and especially the people that work in that building, your gig is up. We're not taking it anymore. We're not laying down and taking it anymore. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. As my good friend said here, there's no better time than this, right now, to look to your neighbors and to look to your friends and use each other as comfort and use each other as strength, because this idea of patriotism, it's hard. It's not an easy job. You get beat down, you get lied to, you get turned away. It's not an easy job. So I want you guys to all look to each other right now and use each other as strength. Use this beautiful display of unity as your strength, because it's happening worldwide, baby! Worldwide! Love over fear, exactly. We've been here at the Canadian Revolution for 62 days, camping out. After July 1st, we said we can't go home. That shows defeat. That shows surrender. So we've been camping out there since July 1st for 62 days, waiting for all of you beautiful people to come join us. Woo! And I'm very happy to say that the French and the English, from this point on, we will not be divided. Yes! Their well-orchestrated plan to divide us, it ends today. There's no more division in this country. We are one, and we will prevail! Guys, thanks. Come check out the War Memorial. We've been at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier here for 62 days. The symbology of where we are there. Those guys fought and died for our freedoms. How are we going to stand by and let that be in vain?